Greetings. My name is Nika. Welcome to Nika Knows. Today, I believe we're going to talk about where I am in a relationship, a romantic relationship, balancing my mental health and my motherhood with my daughter in a relationship. And then before I get into that, there was a message I got when I went to church yesterday. Yeah, been going to church. And I'll say that. So if you want to stick around, here we go. Okay, so the message I got in church yesterday, it didn't really come from the pastor. It's just a message I got downloaded or something. And it was that we don't always need to be the one. We don't always need to be that one. And when I say we, I mean it like, I shouldn't say we. I should say not everyone needs to be the one. Some people need to be everything but the one so that the one is the one. And I know that might sound confusing. But where the idea came from was me watching a pastor do his thing. And thinking that maybe he's not from New Orleans because of his accent, which is where we live, where I'm from. And thinking that maybe he came to New Orleans, like he made a decision for whatever reason to be the preacher in New Orleans, right? Maybe to be that one preacher. And then I was thinking, there's so many preachers in New Orleans. Like, we have churches all over everywhere, and that's like typical of any black community. And this is a primarily black city. And don't look too deep into all that part I just said. But anyway, I realized, even though that there's so many preachers and stuff like that, having so many preachers and people being able to choose where they will go to church, it makes that one pastor that is doing some phenomenal things really stand out, and what I got from that. So that was just the background of how I got it. And then I already told you what it was. And what I got from it, though, was that I didn't get from it that I'm not the one. But the message I got was like the what I was getting in my head was just about artists, right? Just artists. I'm an artist. Okay, thanks God. Was you may not be that artist. I may not be that artist. Like, do what you need to do. Do you. And you may be not doing what you are supposed to do. I may not be doing what I'm supposed to be doing as an artist, because I don't see how I can be something more than what's lost in the crowd. But it is the crowd that makes the person who is more than the crowd actually that. For if there was no crowd to stand above or amongst in a more pronounced way, a more apparent way, then you're just another unique thing in a bunch of unique things. So even though I feel like I don't know how clear that was, I'm glad I said it. And I hope that is helpful to somebody else. Now, what's made me want to do this video is me thinking about this relationship I'm in. Now, I kind of met somebody who seemed like they can like give me all that I've asked for. Someone who adores me, who has money to blow, take me on shopping sprees. It's very nice to me, very understanding. I have these conversations with him and I'm just pretty sure he's going to run. And he just comes up with these solutions like, oh, well, we can get you an extra room so you can have room to yourself. Or, oh, well, maybe we can just get another house, or, like these are grand things. These are big. Like, so I'm like, I'm going to be real with you and let you know what's going on. And I'm cool. If you got to go, then you got to go. And he's like, oh, darling, we can fix this. Don't worry. So this makes me feel really good. Well, what's happening now? I do get overwhelmed. I do suffer with depression. Like, small things can really like send me somewhere that it's hard to come from. And I've I got custody of my daughter in April, and I never lost custody of my daughter, but I got legal joint custody of my daughter in April, and it is September the 5th. And it took a lot for me to balance having her. Ultimately, it's 1 week on, 1 week off. So from Friday to Friday, I have her, and Friday night to Friday morning, her dad has her, and so on and so forth. And even in the beginning, like the first month or two, it wasn't even 7 days on and off. It was like 3 days for me, and then the rest for him for a few days. And then I would have her again for like a week. And then I would have her again for 5 days. And then he'll have her for a week. And then I would have her for 6 days. Something like that. It was gradual. But it would take me the entirety of the time that I didn't have her to get myself back together enough to have her again. And when I would have her, I would love her. She would have everything that she needed. I would give her all of the attention that she needed. Yeah, she got all the attention that she needed. And, and she is a special child. She's been diagnosed with autism. And I'm just saying that to say she needs more attention than my nieces ever needed. I literally have to. She has a brilliant mind, and she gets into one thing and then to another and then to another, and she's so happy. And she's like, let's do this and let's go outside. And I'm like, baby, I gotta cook, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. And and I would get through it just like I would get through anything else in my life. As best I can, unless I wound up in the hospital, right? And then when she would leave, I would completely crash. I wouldn't go to the house. I haven't been to the hospital since I had custody of her. But I've been very close to having to make that call. And not for suicide, but just for like I can't take care of myself, So then I meet this guy, and he's cool, and there's a story behind us. We dated for 2 months. I chose somebody else, and then a year later, I sent him an apology sometime after me and another guy broke up for how I didn't choose him. And or more than that. And then we started dating again for 2 months now, or maybe 3. July 11th was the day that we made it official. And me and him, we kind of met up again maybe like a week or so before that. And it's a story. But, you know, like I said, he has money to blow. So he comes into my life, and I'm first I wanted to say that I've just come to balance with having my child and not spending a whole week recovering. So it'd take more like 2 days to recover, and then clean up my house, and then, you know, take care of whatever other things I need to take care of. And and then I, you know, start considering doing some work, because I had to start working, which I wasn't doing no regular job. I do like what's called an extra, where you work a day or 2 on a movie as an extra, where you really don't have to do anything. You really don't have to socialize with people if you don't want to. You know, then you sit and wait, and they call you, and then you go and do what you're supposed to do on the set. And then you go back into holding, and you mind your business. Or you can interact with people. Like, it can be fun. It could be whatever. I'm different on different days. Some days I went on there, I had a whole bunch of fun. I was chatting with everybody. Some days I had to sit on the side. And if you need a job like that, mycastingfile.com. Mycastingfile, FILE.com. Set your profile. And then, you know, the good thing is, it's a quick turnaround. You get the job fast. So I know if I'm doing pretty good today, I probably might likely be doing pretty decent the next 2 days when they'll call me for the job. And then I do the job for a day. And if it's overwhelming, I could get through that job. And then the next day, I can recover. And life goes on. And then 2 weeks to a month later, I get a check. So he comes into my life, and it's difficult. He gives me an allowance. So I use my allowance to pay for someone to come and clean the house. And someone always kind of helped me clean my house when I wasn't doing well. So if I begin to not do well for a long period of time, you know, I reach out to my dad or my sister or somebody. I ask them come wash the dishes, which is where it starts with me. It's kind of a OCD kind of thing. And you know, somebody will come, and if I have the money, I'll give them something. Well, I have more money, so I can call, you know, a service. They come, you know, clean up the house, get my clothes washed. I was washing my clothes, get my clothes washed at the wash and fold, and, you know, like, it's taking some things off of me so that I can have time to date, which takes a lot of time. And actually, not like this guy, even though he's so great to me, like, I can only give him like so many hours because I still need to come home and relax, you know, and you know, it may seem lazy or whatever, but those who get it, you know, it's difficult trying to maintain relationships when you can become overwhelmed so fast, you know, being around so many people. Like, we go to a restaurant. What kind of a restaurant is it? Are we, you know, around a lot of people who doing a lot of talking, who sharing a lot of energy, who, you know, like, you know, I gotta get right. I gotta, you know, take a bath. I gotta do my hair, you know, like, I was getting lashes before him, but thank God for lashes, right? So, but like the week before that, the week before I just got these lashes done, you know, my old lashes was falling off. I had to go back to doing a strip lash. That's another thing I have to do when I'm getting ready. And I'm not complaining. I know, look, I have been the worst of what I'm talking about. Like I was going to say, I know that a lot of people have it worse than me and stuff like that. I have been there. I've been homeless. I've been a lot of things, okay? So I'm not complaining. I'm sharing what's going on in my life and where I'm having difficulty. And that I'm really trying to balance. And, I asked to talk with him today soon. So while I should be getting ready, I'm doing this video. Been doing a lot of procrastinating. And I need to talk to him. Like, since I've been dating, I haven't been doing any of my artist stuff. I don't have time to do it. Between recovering from giving my daughter everything that I have in me to give, to make sure she's educated, to make sure that she's well fed and with healthy food, and to make sure, like, whatever, that I can actually go outside and socialize with people just so that she can get the socialization that she needs, which is socializing is very difficult for me. Like, after doing all that, giving her everything I got, there's a lot of recovering that needs to take place. But after she leaves, I don't really date my boyfriend. He's my boyfriend now, right? I don't date my boyfriend when I have her for that week, because I kind of can't. I don't have the energy for it. And then the week that I don't have her, he wants to date. And I mean, that's expected, and I want to work on my artistry. So this morning I was trying to I signed up. I'm a part of an act team. And this is also, if this is for people who need a little bit of help. So I'm a high functioning person, very intelligent, have a lot of experiences in my life before I was diagnosed. And so I know a lot of things. I've been around, but I now have these inabilities sometime. So I'm a part of an ACT team, ACT. You might need an ACT team, right? And you just Google that, and it's a wraparound team where you have a psychiatrist, a therapist, you have someone who helps you get a job, you have someone who helps you with your medication, and they just come to your house and they get you together. And so I have a vocational person on that team, and she saw some pictures I took, and she was like, well, you should enter it in the art show. And so she helped me. She sent me an art show, and I signed up for it, and I was accepted. And so that is on the 10th. Today is the 5th. I don't have the pictures. Yesterday I went to order the pictures, waiting on the money to do it, and it's not going to be here on the 10th. So this morning I got up and I tried to do these greeting cards, and I'll just put them in a frame, and then I'll sell those. And I lost the whole work. Like, the cards that I created, I got a message on my phone that said something went wrong, and all the cards deleted. So that was disappointing and frustrating. Last night, I was so frustrated. I mean, yesterday was such a stressful day, and it wasn't a whole lot that happened, right? It was a lot for me. And if you want to know what that is, you can ask in the comments, and I'll tell you. But if I don't, anyway. So I took a pill, so an anxiety pill, to put me to sleep so I could wake up and start my day over. And I did get some rest, and I'm thankful for that. Yeah, I'm just stressed. I just know I'm stressed. I'm tired, and I don't want to give up on this relationship. It seems it has the potential to be so dreamy. It's already Like, whoa, I'm going on shopping sprees. I'm dining at these nice restaurants with someone who is not controlling, who is sweet to me, who adores me, who, like, everything just seemed like this is what I want, but I'm not. But it's like it's not working with the rest of my life, and I'm having to. I don't know if I'm having to make a decision. I mean, I'm definitely about to let him know that that I feel like I can't handle it. I can't handle trying to nurse or trying to nourish our relationship and nourish my life. And I could be tripping, y'all. I don't know. Let me know. But this is where I am. And I'm sharing because maybe someone else is there too. All right. Have I shared enough to... Do I feel like maybe I need to share anything else? I don't know. Maybe. Tying it together. Maybe I'm just supposed to be one of the women of all the women that he dated. But maybe I'm not supposed to be that one. Or maybe he's supposed to be one of the men of all the men that I've dated. So that all these beautiful qualities that he has and characteristics that he has and all the experiences I've had with him are collected in the database of what I like and what I enjoy and appreciate, so that the one who I'm supposed to be with actually stands out. I don't know, but I know this ain't working. And it's a matter of balance. And I talked to him about balance. I talked to him about, I just came to balance with keeping my daughter. I'm just getting to a point where I feel like I could do some work as an extra. And I did one recently, and it wasn't bad. It's just so much I need to do, and it's not getting done because I'm dating. Or at least that's what I'm thinking, Because maybe if I'm not dating, I just become depressed and still don't do nothing. Who knows? I don't know. But some said I should do this video, so I'm doing it. I hope it's beneficial to someone. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Please subscribe. And thank you. Thank you. Where you at with it? And thank you. Gonna sparkle, y'all.